Hi there, and welcome to my channel. Today, a few more questions that women ask before walking the Camino. And these are real concerns that women have, and of course, the answers are there to clear up some of those concerns. My name is Linda G. Robert. I am your Back in the Groove Again coach, and I'm really here to help you live your best life right now so you can love what you do. I came back from walking the Portuguese Way with a friend in late October. Last year, I walked the Del Norte on my own. And yeah, the Camino is calling me again, and it might be the coastal route. Pretty sure it will be the coastal route. And of course, you're invited to join me. More on that, at some other video. Now, before I share the three questions for this week's video, I encourage you to download my 10 steps guide for walking the Camino, and you'll find it at lindagrobert.com/Camino. That's lindagrobert.com/Camino. All right, so let's get started. Here's the first question. What about water sources? Will I have access to water when I walk in hot weather? Now, that's a really, really good question. And of course, the answer is yes. Now, water is generally accessible along most Camino routes, even in hot weather. But here is what you need to keep in mind. Many towns and villages have public water fountains, especially on the Camino Frances, but there were also a few of them on the central route. There were some as well on the Del Norte route as well. So you want to check to make sure that the water is safe to drink. Also, you want to bring a lightweight bottle or a hydration bladder to refill at these fountains. You may want to consider a backup bottle just in case fountains are spaced far apart. And I'll talk a little bit about that in a second. Now, in the summer, fountains may run dry in some areas, so check ahead on some apps like the Wise Pilgrim or Buen Camino for fountain locations and conditions as well. You also want to carry, in some cases, water purification tablets or a portable filter if you're walking less traveled routes. Now, when I walked the Del Norte, there weren't that many fountains around, and I walked in mid-September, and Spain was experiencing a heat wave at the time. I didn't know that they were experiencing a heat wave, but some of the locals told me that's what it was. And I had to get myself a second bottle of water. So make sure that you have, two bottles. I ended up by getting that second bottle, so I always had a second bottle with me. And I noticed towards the third week of October that it was getting colder. So I didn't require as much water. I walked for 30 days, so the beginning was very hot. Towards the end, it was getting colder. And by the way, I also used the hydrolyte tablets. I added some tablets to my water as well, especially with really helpful when they were experiencing the heat wave. All right, question number 2. What about snacks? Where could I buy some along the way? Now, of course, you'll find plenty of places to buy snacks along the Camino. So there's no need to pack, that much, right? But here's how you can stay fueled. Almost every town has local shops, lots of nice bakeries too, where you can pick up some fresh bread, some fruits, some nuts or pastries along the way. Now, cafes and small restaurants, of course, are also common along the routes and often serve some sandwiches, bocadillos, tortillas, and snacks as well. Larger towns often have small or larger cities as well, have small supermarkets and mini marts where you can stock up. So that's what I would usually do. I would go shopping and pick up some extra fruits and some enchiladas, some salads as well. In rural areas, though, shops may close in the afternoon for siesta time. So you want to buy your snacks early in that day or the night before. Trail mix, energy bars, cheese, fruits, chocolates, they're great snacks. And of course, don't forget to eat your proteins too. So question number 3, what about my phone? How can I have access to the internet while walking? And would I need to? That's a great, great question. Of course, for safety reasons, you might need to. Now, most accommodations, like cafes and bars along the Camino, offer free Wi-Fi. You might need to ask for the Wi-Fi, of course, for the password. So it's common to check it at the end of the day or during breaks. But if you're walking in Europe, you may want to consider getting a local SIM card or an international data plan from your provider as well, right? Roaming is available if you have a European SIM card. You want to download apps like When Camino or Wise Pilgrim or Google Maps offline so you don't need to rely on an internet connection while walking. So those are other things to keep in mind. You also want to carry a portable power bank to recharge your phone during the day. Now, the question is, do you need the internet? Not necessarily. Many pilgrims embrace the opportunity to disconnect, just to focus on the walk, focus on the experience. However, having access to navigation, to accommodation booking, for example, or staying in touch with your loved ones can be reassuring, especially for first-time walkers. So you might want to, make sure that you have access to the internet, and you feel safer. If you think you'll feel safer having access to the internet, then make sure you have it. So that's it for today. Now, a reminder to download my free 10-step guide. Go to lindagrobert.com/Camino. Bye for now. Take care.